What's going on, Flyers fans? It's your boy Sal G, and I'm here with you on another edition of Clear the Ice on It's a Rap Network. Please make sure you throw us a like, throw your boy a like here, and share and subscribe so you can get all this hot goodness to you. The banner right there that's showing down below. You can find us on every social media platform pretty much. Whatever your preference is, you'll find us there. So just give us a search and make sure you click on that bell icon if you like YouTube so you can get all the latest notifications of all of our It's a Wrap streaming shows because we're on all the time. So make sure you check that out. So Flyers lose a tough one tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs. This completed the home at home series with Toronto. We lost at Toronto the other night. We lost on Sunday in overtime. This one couldn't make it to overtime, unfortunately. We lost in regulation to a hot ass Toronto Maple Leafs team. This team is on fire. They got 56 points on the season. They are 27, 13, and 2 with the win tonight against the Fly Guys. Flyers fall to 17, 19, and 5. Still in the hunt for the playoffs, believe it or not. Still a few games back from clinching that second wild card. So stranger things have happened in Philadelphia and in hockey. So you never know. But unfortunately, this Flyers team does not have the horses to run against this Toronto Maple Leafs team. I mean, this Maple Leafs team is stacked. The Flyers defense did a solid job against the Leafs. By the way, I keep saying Leafs, but the plural of leaf is leaves. All right? Make like a tree and get out of here. It's make like a tree and leave. Sound like a damn fool when you say it wrong. What movie? It's Back to the Future. One of my favorites. And I believe Toronto, don't they have a player called Tannen? Am I missing that? Tanev. All right. Well, it sounded like Tannen. Biff Tannen, obviously the heel in Back to the Future. Well, the heel in this game was the Toronto Maple Leafs and Max Domi, who was fined $5,000 from the last game that the Flyers had with the Leafs. Domi was fined $5,000 for two elbows to the face of Garnet Hathaway. We thought that we were going to see some fireworks in this game, and we certainly did. They were a lot of hits in this game. I mean, just 5 minutes into the game, Joel Farabee, who you hardly see fight, got into a scrap with Connor Dewar. They both got 5 minutes for fighting. Farabee was interviewed about the fight, and he said, "Oh, I just asked the guy casual, all casual, just being like, oh, I asked Connor if he wanted to go, and he's a real good guy, and he obliged, and we went at it. The crowd was, he said, the crowd was a little dead, so he's trying to hype everybody up with the fight." And during the intermission period, the analysts were talking, and one of the analysts, forgot his name, Callahan, used to play for the Rangers, was the captain of the Rangers, I believe, and said that, yeah, guys do that all the time. He would ask guys for fights, and guys would ask him for fights. So apparently that's the thing. You just ask a guy, yeah, hey, man, you want to go? Casually, and you just go, right? And then you're friends afterwards. So chippy game tonight. I really wanted Max Domi to get it. Max Domi, if you don't know, his father was Ty Domi, an enforcer, one of the greatest tough guys probably ever in the history of the NHL. I mean, the guy had just a Lego square head that looked like his solid steel. If you probably punched the guy in the face, you'd probably break your hands on him. But his father, Ty Domi, also played for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was a goon for the Leafs. And remember that time when Ty Domi was in the penalty box in Philadelphia and the Flyers fan came over the glass and the glass broke and he ended up in the box with Domi and Domi was just tuning the guy up. Guy had needed stitches on his forehead. He was all screwed up. So Hey, don't want to scrap with Ty Domi and Max Domi. He's a tough guy too, man. I really thought he was going to get it tonight, but he didn't. A lot of hits in this game, especially the first period. I mean, the first period, Flyers came out swinging. I mean, literally and figuratively with the Farabee fight, and they're just laying the wood to Toronto. Um, and I think I never talked about I think I jumped over the part here about Toronto or the Flyers defense here, just stopping Toronto. I mean, they did a pretty good job against this great team. Toronto only finished with 17 shots on goal. I mean, just a couple of players on the Flyers combined gave you 17 shots. The Flyers, for context, had 32 shots in total. Some of the guys with shots on goal. Let's see. Check this out. Travis Konechny had 6 shots on goal. Michkov had 8. So 2 players pretty much nearly matched what Toronto as a team did. Fortunately for Toronto, and unfortunately for the Flyers, the Leafs were able to put in the right goals at the right time. Right shots on goal went in, and they won 3-2. Flyers had tons of opportunity. Shout out to goalie Joe Wall for Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, the guy was standing on his head, facing a flurry of shots, especially near the end of the game there. He stopped 30 of 32 shots. So he had himself a game. Hats off to you, sir. You did well. And Fedotov letting up 3 goals in 17 shots doesn't really look so good. So, again, goaltender woes continue. Were they all Fedotov's fault? I'll let you guys be the judge. You could tell me. One of the ones that probably wasn't his fault. Well, now you know what? They probably were all his fault. I don't know. I didn't see anything where he was clearly obstructed, and he couldn't see. I mean, one of the shots, it was just sniped on the glove side, corner net, and he couldn't do anything about that. And I felt like that was a shot he should have been able to stop. But check some of these comments here. I see a bunch of people tuning in. Make sure you throw up a like for Clear the Ice here. Nooms, my boy Steve saying it's war. He says FK this team, and I don't think he means fix. So tired of Groundhog Day. that's that's Farbs, all casual. He is, man. He cool as a cucumber, man. If I was just getting a scrap, I'd be like, that mother effer. That's all we have. Talk about 25 years ago. That's all I got, Steve. Talk about Ty Domi's son, his progeny, just still cursing the Flyers here. My man Chris Fury in the house. There he is, rocking his. Look at that, Chris Fury, man. He be our shootout sniper if he were on the Flyers right now. I'm telling you, this guy's got a shot on him. Goalies, beware of my man Chris Fury. Good game for tank purposes. They played well and lost to a better team. Hashtag horrible for Hagens. And you know what, Chris? Not for nothing, but you're not intentionally tanking. You got shitty goaltending, and you just keep throwing them out there, and you're going to lose. And that's the name of the game, right? If you want to tank for the best player. But unfortunately for the Flyers, and a key word of the night is unfortunately, it seems, the Flyers are just in that glob of teams that are just mediocre, 500 teams. They're not bad enough to get that number 1 pick unless they win that lottery. So, oh, man. Steve says we can't finish a $2 whore. Fix the lottery. That's right. Fix it for the fly. Fix it. Fix it, like rig it, right, Steve? Make make one of them envelopes ice cold or whatever you got to do. Throw it in the microwave, make it hot, and whoever pulls it out, that's it. And Steve says if they can't fix the lottery, he is done with the tanks. Learn how to draft. I mean, I can't disagree. Buddy. Learn how to draft, right? And when you got a goalie, keep him. We had a goalie, Sergei Bobrovsky, right? Won the Vezina, won the Stanley Cup, and instead we signed Brizgalov to the worst free agent contract in, or the worst extension free agent contract in Flyers history, right? So there you go. But yeah, now you brought me down, Steve and Chris. But look, this team isn't going anywhere. I can't sugarcoat it. I can't make excuses. I can't say shoulda, coulda, woulda. The Maple Leafs are way better than the Flyers, and I don't want to throw excuses out, man. But the whole Toronto to 17 shots, it's a shame 3 of those goals had to trickle in. Flyers had scoring opportunities, though. They definitely did, particularly in the first period. We'll get into this here. So Flyers start off right away. 8:19 into the period. Well, they're the first to score. Travis Konechny scores. Rister from the inside of the circle. It was a nice pass from Sean Couturier. Backhand one. It was a one-timer by TK. And then you had assist by Couturier and Cam York. Put the Flyers up 1-0. And then less than a minute and a half or so later, 10:55 on the clock, Leafs power play. Oh, no, it was a Leafs power play. The Leafs did not score. Flyers were able to penalty kill. Drysdale had a holding call, and Flyers did their job there. But I noted that, it was an exciting game so far in the first period. Lots of hits, lots of action. Flyers looked strong. Flyers were putting the clamps on the Leafs. 16:22, the Leafs have another power play. It was a boarding on Owen Tippett. Flyers kill that one again. Coming into the game, Flyers with their penalty kill is 19th in the NHL at 78.5%. So I'd like to see that a little bit better. But Flyers had multiple scoring chances in the first period. One play, the puck was stopped right at the goal crease, right behind the wall there. He had help from a Leafs defender to stop it from going in and stopping the Flyers from just, shooting that into the net there, depositing it home. Couldn't do it there. So that could have made it 2-0 game. And if it were 2-0 at that point, who knows? Shots on goal in the first period. Flyers had 10. Toronto had 2. So they outshot them. They had shot them every period, all game. Second period. Second period is the worst for the Flyers and the best for Toronto. Toronto is a plus 18 goal differential. The Flyers are negative 18 point differential in the second period. Why are they so shitty in the second? I have no idea. Does anybody know why? It always seems like Flyers they do well in the first, are shitty in the second, then they're playing from behind, and then they play strong. They never give up, and then they can make it a game in the third period. But when you're always playing from behind, that's not a recipe for success. You're not going to have many wins and many good games when you're always chasing goals. It's just not going to happen. So why are they shitty in the second period? Does anybody know? I have no clue. And smarter people than me also don't know why. But somebody listening probably knows. But the second period, Flyers again, they said they outshot Toronto all game. They had 9 shots to Toronto's 7. Toronto had a power play. And on this power play, Flyers couldn't stop them. Cam York with the high stick. Toronto was able to score, tie the game up. John Tavares, his 20th goal of the season, sniped glove corner side of the net. I mean, Fedotov, I don't know. I mean, it looked like he was looking right at Tavares. I mean, great shot by Tavares, but you couldn't stop that? I don't know. Tavares shot that from the circle. He got assists from Austin Matthew and Marner. Flyers had a power play opportunity. Hooking call on Marner. Of course, 40 seconds in, Toronto then gets offsetting call. Forrester with the high stick, so it was 4-on-4 action. And then what happens? Nothing there. But in the second period, 7:14 on the clock, Travis Konechny gets his second goal of the game. A great steal by Noah Cates in the offensive zone. Nice forechecking there by Cates. Passed it to Konechny, who sends it home. The assist by Cates. Flyers up 2-1 at that point. Then 40 seconds later, Toronto scores a goal, the equalizer. Of course, who is it? Austin Matthews. Snapshot. It was a power play goal right at the end, the last second of the power play. Matthew creeped it to the slot there, right in front of the goalie. Took the pass from Marner. Marner was all over the place in this game. Good game by him. Matthews with the goal. Another assist by Tavares. And again, why are the Flyers so shitty in the second period? Flyers had another power play. 11 minutes and 10 seconds. Couldn't do squat with that. Their power play stinks. How's that get better? I don't know. It's been shitty for 4 years. 18:07 in the clock. Scary moment there. Goalie Wall took a puck off the temple, and he was signaling for the ref, and he ripped his mask off so they'd stop play. They got looked at. It was all right. And then there was a scoring opportunity for the Maple Leafs. It was a great save by Fedotov on the breakaway. So that saved the goal there. I mean, Fedotov had his moments. You know, he might be the best of the bunch right now. It's back-to-back starts for Fedotov right now. I wonder if Kolosov gets the next start. Sam Ersson, I don't think he's any closer to returning with that groin, the nagging groin injury. Who knows if he needs surgery on it? Who knows what the hell is going to happen there? But we go into the third period. Going into the third period, Michkov had 7 shots on goal, while Toronto had a total of 9 shots at that point. I mean, that's incredible. Incredible. And we're a tie game. Flyers had a chance. Excuse me. In the third period, again, the Flyers outshot the Leafs. 13 shots for the Flyers, 8 shots for Toronto. It was a total of 32 shots for the Flyers and 17 for Toronto. Again, you hold this team to that few of shots, you should win. You should be able to win the game. You didn't. 13 seconds into the third period, really scary moment for the Flyers. Matvei Michkov and Scott Laughton smacked into each other at full speed. Laughton seemed to get the worst of it. He was down on the ground for a while. He needed help getting off onto the bench there. He went to the locker room, but he came back. He was okay. Michkov had to go to the locker room too. I guess they both got checked for concussions, cleared, were able to play, but some friendly fire there. You don't like to see that at all. I was definitely holding my breath and about to shit bricks, Steve. I'll throw that out to you, my man. I was bricked up, but in a bad way. Bricked up in a bad way there, buddy. Then Toronto gets another goal, 13-21 in the third period. Matthew Neese, tip-in goal, assist by Riley and Myers. It's the go-ahead goal and the final score of the game. It puts Toronto up 3-2. And all she wrote, Flyers had a power play opportunity again, 14:34. It was a delay of game call, nothing. Squat on that. At 19 minutes, Flyers had an open net and could have put it in. They had an opportunity, they missed. They couldn't do it. And then Flyers had another power play. And there should have been an additional penalty there. It's bullshit call. There was a penalty called, and then Michkov was then shoved down in frustration, I guess trying to get a retaliation call from the Flyers. Should have been a second penalty there, double minor or whatever. What didn't happen. And then, again, here we go, 36 seconds later, Austin Matthews draws a penalty for tripping. And that's your game. So Flyers had opportunities. Flyers couldn't do squat with them. Flyers power play sucks. What's new, guys? That's it. They suck. Nooms, there isn't a single prospect on this team that excites me whatsoever. I mean, Jetlachenko, he might not brick you up. Just give you a half curl. I don't, just give you a little something, a little tingle. That's right. They're still paying Briz, man. Call his ass back. Put Brizgalov in goal. He's under he's under contract, right? Steve saying at least get rid of these ass contracts. Yeah, get rid of them, man. Get rid of who you can when you can. the older players. Try, man. I mean, can we get a 1C in here? Can we can we get a 4C? Give me some breadcrumbs. He got that Bobby Bonilla contract, says Chris. Mm. Said these Fletcher trying to preserve his his job contracts, his job contracts. Come on, brother. Nooms, Steve, brother. I'm going full on casual with this team now. Come on, man. And I'm sorry, Mishkov ain't anything special 5-on-5 whatsoever. He could pass, man. I mean, he's got some electric passing abilities. He's got skills, man. But to ask the 20-year-old player is not the best player on your team. It's Travis Konechny. He's your only scorer. He's your only legit scorer. I mean, Travis Konechny, 30 plus goals multiple seasons in a row, on pace for another 30, maybe even 40 this year. But Mitchkov's not scoring 30 this year. He's not going, he's not going to sniff that. He's not special on 505 right now, but he needs a center. I mean, he needs help. Not trying to make excuses. And we talked about it too, Steve, the other night. Mishkov may have hit the rookie wall more games than he's ever played in Russia and the KHL. So I mean, I'm sure a lot of that has to do with it. He's still learning, the NHL. The NHL is a smaller rink too than the KHL rink, so less room to move around. Chris saying Urson skated today. Maybe he'll be back soon. Hopefully. At this point, though, what the hell, right? Horrible for Hagens. Hashtag let's go. If Herson gives you your best chance to win, play the other guys then. Play the other shitty guys. And Kolosov got a lot of balls saying, I don't deserve to go to the AHL. It's either the NHL or back home to Belarus for me. You know what? Screw you. Get out of here, man. Screw this guy. Yegor Zavragin is a goalie prospect 2.5 years away, but he's looking like a stud. I know, man. Chris, 2.5 years seems like such a long time away from now. Really, really long time. All right. I think I'm about to wrap this up soon, but I'm going to give stars to the game, man. Give it to my man, Travis Konechny. 2 goals tonight. Noah Cates had an assist. Sean Couturier had an assist. And that's it. I mean, Travis Konechny was your entire offense. And I'm not giving any of the stars out to the Leafs. Screw these guys. I'm mad at them. And screw Domies. All of them. All of them guys. Flyers next play on Thursday. They're still at home. They got a 4-game homestand here. So this was the first of the 4-game homestands. And some other notes here. So that game against Dallas Stars, Thursday, January 9th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be calling that game. Well, they have the post game anyway. Let me just pull that banner back up here. Here we go. Here's your lineup. Here's a Thursday, me, Dallas Stars. And then Saturday, Matty B will be on the bump against those Anaheim Ducks. But just to throw these stats out to you here before we sign off for the night. Flyers 2-4-1 in their last 7 games after tonight's loss. The Leafs won 5 straight, so they're hot. Leafs have played 5 consecutive games decided by 2 goals or fewer. That includes this game, so that's pretty wild. And the Leafs have won 10 of their last 11 meetings versus Philadelphia, so they have their number. And former Flyer Craig Berube coaching the Leafs. He's in the house, and I'm sure he prefers where he's at right now than being on the Flyers or coaching the Flyers. So I'm sure he likes coaching for the Leafs in his first year, doing pretty well. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining us. Please make sure you throw up a like for your boy. Throw up a like for It's a Wrap Network. Share, subscribe, get all this hotness out to all your friends, your family, your loved ones, your enemies. All your Ty Domi fans, your Max Domi fans, whoever, Austin Matthews, all them guys. But this is Sal G signing off. Follow me at Sal G Philly on the X, the Twitter, whatever it's called now. Talk to you next time, guys. Take care, everyone. Peace.
I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I'm so. Everybody know. You know when it click through. Try to send this part to be so be fun.